What the helly? Are you trying to multi-track record drum kits and they still sound like ass? I'm gonna do this video in 3 parts. Stick around. I'm gonna show you some tips and tricks to get your kits sounding like the shits. Word up, dog. Part 1. What are we doing here? I like 6 mics on a kit. 3 is the minimum. Kick, snare, overhead. Alright, let's dive. Check out that ugly looking EQ curve right there. I'm trying to cut out some of the hums and the unwanted frequencies. And a gate. I always gate my kicks. I'm not big on compression on kick drums. You could definitely do it. Maybe a limiter if I see some crazy peaks, or maybe I'll do some light compression. Real slow attack. Alright, let's go to snare. Take note to where the snare is coming through. Right there, like 220, 210. I don't do a lot of compression on my snare. I don't get too surgical, kind of some broader strokes. Above like 12K, I love to boost information up there. It'll bring clarity to your snare. All right, what's next? Toms, nothing too complex here. Here's both of them together. I always do my rack tom out my right ear, my floor tom out my left. I'll get a little surgical with the sweeping. You don't need any information from the snare in your tom mic. If you look at both these toms, you're gonna see that's the exact frequency range pretty much sweeping out. I'm taking out anything unnecessary on the low end. You will get rumbles and hums down there. It just makes for unnecessary information, and this will also provide clarity with your kick and your bass. What's next? Overheads. I got 2 overheads and I always pan them out right and left. Typically, if I am in the studio recording something, I am going to grab a tape measure from the snare to the overheads and make sure they are the same, and then I'm going to check the phasing with them to the snare microphone. In live settings and you're working with the band on the fly a little bit, you don't always get that luxury. Typically, those phrasing issues are going to become really prevalent at the actual frequency that the snare is. If you notch that out, you can still keep the valuable information that you receive from the cymbals and click from the toms, and some of the high end of the snare, and the phasing may not be as prevalent if that issue is something that exists. Bring it down!